My sister stood up during my engagement party and announced she was pregnant. The room erupted in applause. My mother cried happy tears. Everyone raised their glasses to toast her. And then my fiancé pulled me into the hallway and told me the baby was his. How do you respond when the two people you loved most destroy you in front of everyone you know? I stood there numb, while the party continued without me. Mia was glowing in the center of the room. David was pale beside me, stammering apologies I couldn't hear over the ringing in my ears. But here's what they didn't know. I had receipts they never saw coming. Before we get into how this all unraveled, drop a comment. Where are you watching from? What time is it there? And if this story already sounds familiar, hit that like button. You're going to want to see how this ends. Let me take you back to where it all started. Mia has always been the golden child. When I graduated high school with honors, she announced she was moving to Paris. My parents spent my graduation dinner talking about her adventure. When I opened my first art gallery showing at 23, Mia showed up 2 hours late with a crisis. My parents left early to help her pack for another spontaneous trip. Every milestone I hit, Mia found a way to eclipse it. I learned to expect it. I learned to make myself smaller. I learned to stop hoping this time would be different. But I also learned something else. In my career as an event planner, I document everything. Every email. Every contract. Every text thread. Every receipt. It's not just a habit. It's how I survive. When I met David 2 years ago, I thought I'd finally found something that was mine. He was kind, steady. He didn't know Mia well. He proposed on a quiet beach at sunset, just the two of us. I planned our engagement party down to the minute. Guest list, timeline, vendor contracts, seating chart. I had a shared calendar, a bullet journal, and backups of backups. I should have known Mia wouldn't let me have this one. The party was on a Saturday in May. 70 guests. String lights in my parents' backyard. A champagne tower I'd designed myself. Mia arrived an hour late wearing white. The party was perfect until it wasn't. Toasts started at 8. My best friend went first, then David's brother, then my dad, and then Mia tapped her champagne glass. I have some news I just have to share, she said. Her smile was radiant. I'm going to be a mom. The crowd exploded. Hugs, tears. My mother rushed to her side. Someone started chanting congratulations. I looked at David. His face had gone completely white. He wasn't smiling. He wasn't moving. He was staring at Mia like he'd seen a ghost. I grabbed his hand. David! He pulled me into the hallway. His hand was shaking. I need to tell you something, he said. I already knew. Somehow I already knew. It's mine. 3 words. My entire world collapsed into 3 words. What? The baby. It's mine. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I couldn't breathe. When? He couldn't look at me. It was a mistake. 1 time? No, 3 times. She said she was on the pill. When, David? 4 months ago. It started 4 months ago. 4 months. We'd been engaged for 6. Mia appeared at the end of the hallway. She was still glowing, still smiling. Everything okay? She asked. I walked past her, back into the party. No one even noticed I'd left. I went home alone that night. David sent 47 text messages. I didn't read any of them. Mia sent one. Hope you're not mad I shared my news. Couldn't wait. Love you, sis. The family group chat lit up all night. Congratulations for Mia. Baby name suggestions. Offers to throw her a shower. Not one person asked if I was okay. I didn't sleep. I sat on my bathroom floor until the sun came up. My mother called at 9 in the morning. You're not thinking of making a scene, are you? She said. Mia is in a delicate condition. She doesn't need stress. I hung up. David showed up at my door an hour later with grocery store flowers. I watched him through the peephole. I didn't open the door. For 2 days, I didn't answer anyone. I thought about canceling everything quietly, disappearing, moving to another city, letting them win like I always had. I sat at my kitchen table staring at my laptop screen. My wedding planning folder was still open. Contracts, payments, timelines. And then I remembered something. I document everything. I opened my cloud backup, and I started looking. David and I had shared our locations with each other 2 years ago. For safety, so we'd always know the other was okay. I opened the app. I scrolled back 5 months, and there it was. David's location history lit up like a constellation. 11 separate nights, all at the same address, Mia's apartment. I cross-referenced my own calendar. March 19th. I'd written David late work meeting. His location that night? Mia's place, 9:42 p.m. to 1:15 a.m. April 2nd. David at gym. Location? Mia's apartment. 10:06 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. I went through every single ping. 11 nights over 3 months. Always late. Always for hours. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't one drunken accident. This was sustained, deliberate, planned. I took screenshots of everything. I exported the raw location data. I saved it in 3 places. My laptop, the cloud, a thumb drive I locked in my desk. I labeled the folder Evidence. The map didn't lie. The timestamps didn't lie. But I needed more, because the where and the when were just the start. I needed to know if Mia had planned this, if she'd known exactly what she was doing. I needed the why. 2 days after the party, David and Mia got their stories straight. David called. "It was one mistake," he said. "We were drunk. I'm so sorry. Can we please talk?" An hour later, Mia texted. "I know this is hard, but I hope we can get past it. Family is forever." They wanted me to be the bigger person. My father called next. "You're really going to destroy this family over a mistake?" He said, "Mia's pregnant. She's fragile. Think about the baby." David's parents called my parents. They suggested we postpone the wedding, not cancel it. Work it out in counseling. Give it time. My mother left a voicemail. "If you make a scene, you will regret it. People are watching. Think about how this looks." The wedding was 3 months away. Vendors started asking for final confirmations. Deposits were on the line. My dress fitting was in 5 days. Mia posted on Instagram a photo of a sunset. The caption read, "Forgiveness isn't weakness. It's strength. Choose love." It had 300 likes in an hour. My friends were furious. They wanted me to burn them both publicly. Expose everything. Destroy them. But I stayed quiet. I didn't respond to a single message. I didn't post anything. I didn't make a scene. I just kept looking. Kept documenting. Because I had 72 hours until the family dinner Mia had suggested. And I wasn't going empty-handed. Mia and I share an old Apple ID. Our parents set it up years ago when we were teenagers so they could track us. We never disconnected it. I'd honestly forgotten it existed until I logged in. iMessage sync was still active. I scrolled through her messages, and then I found it. A thread between Mia and her best friend. Dated 2 days before my engagement party. Mia wrote, "Watch me steal her thunder tomorrow." Laughing emoji. Her friend replied, "You're terrible." Mia wrote back, "He's been so easy to manipulate." She has no idea. Another message. "She always gets the sympathy vote. Time for me to get the spotlight and the guy." Her friend sent 3 laughing emojis. I sat there staring at the screen. It wasn't just an affair. It wasn't even just betrayal. It was a plan. She had targeted David. She had timed the announcement. She had orchestrated the entire thing. I took screenshots of the entire conversation. I exported the thread as a PDF. I verified the timestamps. I saved everything. Now I had motive. Now I had malice. Now I had proof she knew exactly what she was doing. And I knew exactly what to do next. I needed to understand why. So I kept digging. Mia's Instagram looked perfect on the surface. 10,000 followers. Pretty photos. Sponsorship tags. But the engagement told a different story. 6 months ago, her posts averaged 1,500 likes. Now, 80, maybe 100. Her sponsorships had dried up. Her engagement rate had dropped 61%. I checked her Venmo. It's public by default. She'd been receiving payments from our parents. 200 here. 300 there. Dozens of transactions. The influencer career was failing. I found a draft post in her Notes app. It synced to the shared iCloud. The draft was titled Pregnant and Thriving. The caption read, Embracing Single Motherhood. Blessed and glowing. It was written 3 weeks before my engagement party. Before I even knew. She wasn't just stealing my spotlight. She was turning my life into her content. Her comeback story. And David? He was easy. A weak man who craved the attention Mia gave him. The constant praise. The excitement. I'd been honest with him about his flaws. Mia had made him feel like a hero. For her, it was perfect. Ruin her sister. Reclaim the spotlight. Rebuild her brand. I wasn't her family. I was her stepping stone. Not anymore. I spent the next 2 days canceling everything. I called every vendor, the florist, the venue, the DJ, the photographer. I was calm, professional. I explained there'd been a change of plans. Most of them were kind. A few had cancellation clauses. I got back 40% of my deposits. I didn't tell my family. I didn't tell David. I didn't tell Mia. Instead, I sent one email to the family group chat. I'd like everyone to get together before any decisions are made. Dinner at Mom and Dad's house. Friday at 7 p.m., please come. My mother replied immediately. I'm so glad you're being reasonable. David wrote, Thank you for giving me a chance to explain. Mia sent a heart emoji. I didn't reply. I bought a small Bluetooth projector. I tested it on my living room wall. I created a slideshow. 10 slides, clean, simple, devastating. The first slide read, The Truth. I rehearsed what I'd say. One script, 20 seconds long. I wasn't going to scream. I wasn't going to cry. I wasn't going to beg. I was going to show them exactly who they were. Friday came. I dressed simply. I brought the projector in my bag. I arrived exactly on time. Everyone was already there. My parents' dining room was set for 8. My mom had made lasagna. Mia sat next to David. She touched his arm when she laughed. My mother smiled at me. I'm proud of you for doing this. I set my bag down. I pulled out the projector. What's that? My father asked. I want everyone to have transparency, I said. So we're all working with the same information. I connected it to my phone. The first slide appeared on the wall. The truth. Mia shifted in her seat. David looked confused. I clicked to the second slide. Timeline of lies. It showed David's location history. 11 visits. Dates, times, all to one address. Mia's apartment. David's face went white. Mia stared at the wall. What is this? My mother asked. Proof, I said. I clicked again. The iMessage thread filled the screen. Mia's words in gray bubbles. Watch me steal her thunder tomorrow. He's been so easy to manipulate. She has no idea. Mia stood up. This is fake. She made this up. It's synced to your iCloud, I said. Want me to show the metadata? She sat back down. I clicked to the next slide. The draft Instagram post. Pregnant and thriving. Embracing single motherhood. Dated 3 weeks before the engagement party. My mother tried to interrupt. This isn't the time to... You told me not to make a scene, I said. This isn't a scene. It's the truth. I turned to David. You said it was one mistake. The location logs show 11 nights. You want to explain that? He opened his mouth. Nothing came out. I turned to Mia. You timed the announcement. You planned this. You used me for content. She was crying now. It didn't move me. I looked at my parents. You told me to think about the baby, to be the bigger person. Did anyone think about me? Silence. I picked up my bag. I pulled David's apartment key from my pocket. I set it on the table. I'm done being invisible, I said. You all made your choice. Live with it. I walked out. My phone started buzzing before I reached my car. I turned it off. 1 week later, my father called. He was crying. He said he was sorry, that he hadn't known, that he should have protected me. I listened. I didn't absolve him. I told him I needed space. Mia sent a 4-paragraph apology text. I read it once. I didn't reply. I archived it. 2 weeks after the dinner, Mia's influencer career collapsed. Mutual friends unfollowed her. Her engagement dropped even further. The few sponsors she had left pulled out. I didn't say a word publicly. I didn't have to. People talk. David's parents called my parents. They said they were reconsidering their offer to help with the baby. I didn't feel good about that. But I didn't feel bad either. 1 month later, I signed a lease in a new city. I'd been offered a contract with a boutique event firm. Better pay, better clients. A fresh start. I launched my own business Instagram. Clean branding, professional work only, no personal drama. Within 2 weeks, I got my first client referral from one of the friends who'd been at that family dinner. By month 2, I had 5 clients. 3 months after the dinner, I saw Mia's baby announcement on Instagram. A beautiful photo. A generic caption. 41 likes. I stared at it for a moment. I waited to feel something. Anger, sadness, anything. I felt nothing. I closed the app. I went back to work. I started therapy around that time. My therapist told me I'd been conditioned my whole life to stay small, to make room for Mia. I was learning to unlearn it. My parents reached out a few times. I set boundaries. I told them therapy was required before we could rebuild. They agreed. We're taking it slow. David tried to reach out once. I blocked him. 6 months later, I'm sitting in a coffee shop in my new city. I have friends here. Real ones, people who see me. I don't think about Mia every day anymore. I don't check her Instagram. I don't wonder if David regrets it. I didn't need revenge. I needed distance. I needed my life back. And I got it. Boundaries aren't walls. They're blueprints for the life you deserve. So here's my question for you. What would you have done? Confronted them publicly like I did? Or walked away silently? Drop your honest answer in the comments. I read every single one. And if this story gave you any kind of clarity, hit that subscribe button. There are more stories coming. Stories that prove you're not alone. Remember, your peace is worth more than their approval. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and is not legal or financial advice. Thanks for watching.